Oh, we are live. All right. Let's go to the actual event. I want to share it with you guys because I know the last event was pretty crazy and I couldn't exactly share with you all. I'm sorry about all that, how crazy everything was. And I hope this makes up for it. The Wi Fi just wasn't working. Um, I just want to make sure everything's live. Got the live chat all up. I'm going to go on Tumblr and post something. I'm actually saving like a piece of my fan fiction, which I'll share with you guys later because I decided to write a stupid fan fiction because I clearly do not have a life. Decided to do it. See how many people see this. I know I'm starting this kind of late, but I had a crazy day. Some of you guys understand that. Like, you get that I had a pretty awful day. My throat is actually sore right now from all the this is gonna sound terrible, all the crying I did. So I'm better now. My sister really helped me with today, made me feel a lot better about myself and about the day. So we're gonna try to do this. I'm gonna try to get this drawing done. Now the biggest problem I had is I'm not gonna share this with you guys. That's a surprise for later. Um, the biggest problem I had, I don't know how many people are gonna watch. I know that today was crazy and not everyone's gonna make it. Got 2 viewers. Welcome, you 2 viewers. So I know that you guys, most of you understand that it was a pretty crazy day. I did not have the best day. So thank you for your patience and your understanding. We're going to look up flowers for the Hiccup uh, flower crowns today. And the shading's really easy, so that we'll get to later. But I'm going to look up flower crowns right now. And I'm trying to think. I have this feeling that um, Rapunzel would wear daisies. So we're going to look up daisies. And so he and her are going to have daisy chains because something about daisies just seemed perfect for her. Oh, look at these lovely little daisies. I don't think we really need a reference, but I like daisies anyhow. What the heck? That daisy has defied science. Go home. You're drunk. Okay, so I'm going to save this and open it up, and that will be my reference. And we're going to make really simple daisies. I feel like that fits her very well. I'm going to save it. Oh, thanks. All right, so I do have a fanfic here, but I'm going to share it with you guys later because I recently just started shipping something. I kind of kept it to myself what I was shipping for a very long time. I really wasn't like I kind of didn't want to admit that I liked it, but it's different now. Like I can accept it. Like I understand that I'm not weird or crazy. I just like something. Everyone ships something weird and crazy in their life. I really, really like it. So here we go. We got Hiccup. Hiccup is so different now. Can we just talk about How to Train Your Dragon 3? I'm gonna cry. He's grown. He actually grew a beard. I can't get over the fact that he actually grew a beard. Just gonna throw that out there. He grew a beard. About freaking time. Go Hiccup. Grow that beard. All right. So we're gonna get started here. We're gonna start working on the daisies. Daisies. And the thing about the daisies is we're gonna start with like a little bit of green here to represent where the chain is, and then we're gonna add the flowers. So how many viewers we've got so far? I don't think we got that many. Not one viewer. Hi 10, how are you doing? How are you doing, 10? I know we haven't talked in a while. I hope you guys can understand. I had such a horrible day. Oh, it was terrible. It was absolutely the most. I just not the worst day of my life, but it's actually not the worst day of my life. But I, some of you already know what the worst day of my life was, so we're not going to open up that wound again. Okay, so we got these little twirls, and I'm doing these twirls on purpose. I don't like that one. I don't like that one either. I'm gonna do this twirl. And it's going to represent her flower crown, and I'm going to draw the twirls for his. So here we are. little vines and stuff for his flower crown because she's a sweetheart and she likes to put flower crowns on people. I think a lot of people draw her with flower crowns. All right, now we're gonna do some daisy, and the daisies are gonna be what? And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use a different brush than what I usually do. I'm not gonna use the chunky one. I mean that's great, but I think I'm gonna use the actual paintbrush. Let's see what does it look like right now. I like that, but that's not my favorite. Let's try this one. That one's very faint. It almost doesn't show unless like I really do something with it. So we're not gonna go with that one. Let's clear this up. Here's the water one. Let's see how this looks. Ooh, again, it's not my favorite. Let me clear this layer. Here's another brush. I like that one a little bit better. Well, it's not my favorite. That one's nice. A little bit too transparent though. Here's another water one. Whee! That's one of my favorite water ones. Got a pencil here. This is a very clean pencil one. I think we're going to go with this pencil. It's more of a pen, really. But I'm gonna go here. Actually, I think I'm just gonna go back to my usual marker. I honestly like it. So we've got the white. I'm not gonna go pure white because I honestly don't think it should be pure white. I mean, maybe a little bit paler, but not that pale. I think that's a good color. So we're gonna go with that color. Um, I'm gonna take, and I know this is really last minute, so a lot of people are just like, "Oh yeah, I'm not showing up to this. This is very last minute, but I am determined to finish this and show it because I know I promised to finish this for my dear friend, and I am going to finish this freaking thing." My throat is so sore right now from crying. I cried for so long. My throat is actually sore. It hurts so bad. Let me do some little buds. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cheat. I'm going to cheat by going layer. We're going to copy layer. I've had water. I'm going to probably get some tea. I've got rose mint tea that's really good for your throat, so I'm going to probably use that. Now, I'm going to cheat. I'm putting this on. I'll be okay. Like, I'm just like, it was just a shock. It was just the initial shock of it all. We've literally just seen this guy less than 2 weeks ago. The copy trick is good. I mean, everyone, I hear people like, you gotta hand draw piece by piece. And I'm like, no one's got time for that. And that's okay. It's all right if you don't have time for it. If you want to take some shortcuts, that's okay. Art is also about not only what you create, but it's about innovation. So if you find a way to do something easier, then do it. It'll still look the same. It's just, easier to do. It won't kill your hand as much. Because I know that after a while my hand actually goes numb. And I don't have time. And sometimes I'll be drawing for hours. These things need more petals. Look at these petals. And like I can make this look different by just adding more petals. Look at that. My dad used to say an artist is anybody who takes what they're doing and makes it better. My father was a wise man or a lazy man. Pick your pick. I know for a fact he was not lazy. So there. Oh, I gotta share my live stream with somebody else. I forgot. She'll probably kill me. I can hear her in the distance now, shouting at me. He was my hero. My father was one of the most amazing guys I have ever known. And those who dare to fight me on it, screw you. I know who my papa was. He was awesome. Let's go. Yes. I can't believe it's actually showing me live. That's kind of cool. There, now she knows. Woo! Friend thinks I'm crazy. Probably am. I'm an emotional wreck. I'm better, but I'm an emotional wreck. She's gonna go, oh my gosh, Katie, you're doing a live stream. Yeah, everyone says that. Like, I had someone, and I'm not going to say the word because I don't swear, but I had someone literally come up to me and go, is anyone ever talk smack about your father? I will kill them. And I just went, oh, wow, thank you. You're very kind. Please don't kill anybody. I actually said that, like, yeah, please don't kill anybody. We're gonna put little, oh, we're gonna put little things here. Oops, that's not right. I'm gonna put things here. And now we're gonna duplicate this. Actually, I'm gonna merge it down first. So we're gonna add this to this, and now we're gonna duplicate it. I'm gonna layer, copy layer, and I'm gonna move this over. I'm gonna move, what are you? Okay, I'm gonna move this over. I want to turn it around though. So I'm gonna turn it like this. And now it's kind of changed, not like that. Wait, cancel. I need to flip it. So I'm gonna go to wow. We're gonna reverse this layer like this. We're gonna put this here, and we're going to here. And oh, look at that. That looks actually really nice. Like, I like that. I legit like that. I think that looks pretty decent. Maybe a little lazy, but I don't really care. So I'm gonna go with that. Okay, that looks nice. And now, I kind of like this. Hold on. Uh, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put this here, like that. I'm gonna erase this flower here because I kind of don't like it. I'm gonna erase it. I'm gonna use a soft eraser so that if there's any mistakes, it's less noticeable. So now we got our flowers here. I'm gonna merge it down. I think that's pretty good. Yeah, I'm gonna merge it down. And now I'm gonna start working on the leaves. And the leaves are gonna be just a little bit darker than usual. I'm gonna copy it right there. And I'm gonna go up here. I'm gonna start with the leaves. All right, so what exit out of that? Ugh. I'm gonna start working on these leaves. I'm gonna put them right here. I want them to look a little bit painterly. I find like when I'm doing things like backgrounds or flowers, they tend to look better if I do them in a very painterly way. So I'm going to try to do it very painterly. And I like this. This is fun. I'm going to do some that are a little twisty. Adds, like, this is not how daisies look, by the way. Like, these little twists I'm going to be doing. This is not a natural daisy. Like, has anyone ever made a daisy chain? I gotta know. If you've made a daisy chain, please tell me. Like, put it down in the live chat. Because I have, and I haven't done it in a while, and I kind of want to do it now just because of this. But I loved daisy chains and making them for me and my sister. I found it so much fun and so relieving, and it was just wonderful for me. Um, I want to put some leaves that go over top of the flowers now. I'm gonna put them right here. I'm gonna make them look like they fold over like that, so it looks more natural. And yeah, I am drawing each individual leaf, but that's okay because they're supposed to look a little funny. They're supposed to look a little weird, and it should help.
What? I'm live streaming. We had sister bonding time today, and I'm the happiest they've been in a long time.
My sister actually bought me clothes. Like, it was really cool. She's never done that for me
She
before.
bought a bathing suit.
Okay, yeah. I bought a bathing suit. And I actually liked how it looked on me, so
She looked absolutely gorgeous.
thank you, Rosie. All right, so these are the leaves. I'm going to back up and let's see how this looks from a distance. That looks okay. What do you guys think? I think I put too many leaves on there. Let's.
How's your face mask work?
Oh, good. Oh, I accidentally deleted my flowers. I'm gonna delete these. I don't.
Don't mind. I'm gonna watch the next episode of 13 Reasons Why.
Sounds good. All right. I don't really like
Even my towel.
these.
Hose is overrated. Sorry. with you, Linda.
Thank you. All right, so here she is. I'm going to use a thinner marker. I think that's the biggest deal. Like this marker is too big right now. I'm going to redraw these because I don't really like how they're looking, and that's okay. We have plenty of time. I'm only going to be doing this for a short time, and I'm going to do this right. Like this is a good concept. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to merge these together, and I'm going to make it transparent so I get like a basic idea. Now we're going to use that green, and I'm going to use a thinner one this time. Add a layer, and I'm going to do the same basic thing I did here, but I'm going to actually do it in a way that I like. So I'm basically just redrawing what I did, but I like it better. So I'm gonna have a little twirl here, a little twirl here, twirl here. I like the twirls. I have this thing about twirls and sparkles. You know me and sparkles, guys. Don't give up that sparkle life. And rainbows. I love rainbows and colors. I love colors. I have so many issues. I was drawing on the wrong layer. I love layers. Layers make it so much easier. There's so much less stress with layers than there was when I just hand drew things. Like if you make a mistake, sometimes you can't fix it. But if you're doing layers, you can fix it. And so it's nice. I was like, I'm gonna do that twirl there. I'm gonna put that twirl. Ow! Okay. Alright, so now I'm gonna add little bits like this. And this will make it look more real. Oh, it looks so pretty. I love this much better. I'm glad I chose a smaller brush. Like, I chose to make this a little bit smaller for this, so I'm very glad about that. You wish you could make what? I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I was just talking. A daisy chain? Daisy chain? You know those purple, like, those purple flowers that are, like, in bunches? I gotta find a picture of them. I can't remember what they're called. There's these purple flowers that are in bunches, and I think I call them honey or like honeycomb things. Like I used to call them something weird when I was little because I thought they looked like honey comb, but they're not. They're purple, and I don't know why I called it that. I am so confused at my childhood self. I think this looks a little more like Daisy. There we go. That looks more like Daisy now. That took a little bit of work, but yeah, now what? When you're drawing something you've never drawn before, don't be ashamed that you delete it or erase it or something like that if you don't like it, because you're finding out your style. You're finding out what you like and dislike about your work. Uh, you should save some of the stuff you do. I'm not like I deleted so many pictures that I did that I regret that I deleted because they were old and I didn't like them, and I threw out so many drawings when I was younger, and I regret that because those drawings were a part of who I am and how I've grown. I've managed to find and recover some of them. And yeah, some of them that were gone, it's not really my fault. People threw them out on me. They said they were useless. And yeah, that didn't help me at all. But most of them I've saved now. And I've got my sketchbooks, every sketchbook that I've done since since I was 14 saved now. And I know that's a late time to start, but I decided to start doing it. And better late than never, right? So if you ever feel like your pictures are terrible, just remember everyone has to start somewhere. You definitely don't draw the same as you did when you were 5. Don't color the same. So don't be ashamed of your old work. I mean, it's you're going to grow and you're going to change. So I got a little quiet. I'm sorry. I would do something for you all, but I'm just so focused on this right now. Yeah, don't is something like somebody said you will regret that someday. You will regret throwing that out. And I told them, no, I won't. It's old and it's terrible. I won't regret it, but I do now. I do regret throwing those out because those were a part of who I am. I get something some of my family calls an art rage, and it's when I get really angry and throw out some of my work. I haven't done it in a while, but I have done it. And it is so dumb. Like I feel like such an idiot sometimes when I did that. Like I was being childish and stupid. Don't all right. Pro tip: don't throw out your old artwork. You will regret it. I said I wouldn't, and I do. I have never met one person who has not regretted throwing out their old artwork. So if you get the chance, keep it. I'm gonna do a redraw at some point. I don't know when, but I will because I think that's important. I found a couple of old pictures that I'll try to redraw. Look at her smile. I'm so happy I drew this. I am so happy I drew this. This is so much fun. All right, we're gonna together. Woo! So that's the flowers. I'm gonna duplicate the flowers. Oops. Oh, my throat still hurts. Isn't paint tool say wonderful? Eh, I think that's
Katie,
nice.
when do I take this snack off?
15 minutes, Rose.
You think it's been 15?
I have no clue.
How long have you been in the live stream?
Uh, I don't know.
I should take it off.
Yeah,
Do I have to wash my face?
no.
What do I do with my face?
Rosie, I'm in the middle of a live stream.
Here, let me answer that question.
What should you do with your face? You should just rub in the rest of the stuff from the mask. These are cute. Hiccup no care. Her skin is so pink. Ah. All right, I'll fix that. Your skin is so pink. Let's start. How many people do we have in the live stream? 2 viewers. Woo! Welcome, you 2 viewers. I'm very happy you have decided to join us. I'll get better at this live streaming thing, I swear. I won't always be a twat trying to press a button, making it work. I am working on the thing. Here. I had to fix her eyebrow. I'm gonna create a little bit of a blush for her. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a layer. Hold on. What is sneeze? No! What happened? I sneezed. Ow. And you can see that I put it in a clipping room. That way I only get on top of the coloring. So I'm gonna select the color. Gosh darn it. I'm a very strong sneezer. Like I sneeze all the time. It is a serious issue. 1 second, guys.
I don't know where my other headphones are. So.
I'm sorry, guys. I don't have a cold. I just have allergies. So this is how I add my blush. And I'm going to add the blush to her skin. Give it a little bit of a rosier hue. I sneeze so loud and I sneeze so many times that people will like stop. People have actually stopped saying bless you. I am not joking. I usually sneeze like 6 or 7 times in a row. Where's my freckle? Oh, I don't have a freckle brush. I used to have a freckle brush. So I'm going to make an airbrush. And if I remember right, I think it was dirt. Was it dirt? Might have been dirt. I have to go back through my thing because I used to have a freckle brush, but things were weird. That is not a freckle brush. That is not a freckle brush, guys. Oh, stop. Stupid thing. I layer. It's not a freckle brush unless I make it smaller. Does that work? Oh, wrong one. That was a erase layer. Airbrush. Texture. I think I had a dirt. I think it was dirt, but I'm not positive. Oh, it's the same color. We want it darker. Want to actually see it. We'll turn the stabilizer off. We'll turn it on 0. She has very faint freckles. I might just draw them in for the heck of it, but I want to see if I can bring back my freckle brush because I do have characters with very heavy freckles. That's not it. I know it was one of these dirt brushes. Nope. That's not it. That's a little bit better. Nope. Nope. I'm just gonna keep saying nope till I get there. Nope. Nope. That's a cool brush though. I've used that brush once before. Nope. That's terrible. Okay. Dang it. Where is the freckle brush that I need? Maybe it wasn't dirt. It wasn't fabric, and it wasn't fairy dust. You know what? Maybe it was. No, that was not it. I just chose the wrong one. Nope. Oh, my throat hurts so bad now. Probably gonna get a cough drop at some point. I'm almost done with this. I do want to get this done for my friend. Fantastic looks better. Let's spread out the brush a bit better. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna lightly tap at it. That's not right. Really like that. I don't like the fuzztastic. I don't think that looks very well. It's not glass. It's definitely not gore. I have a gore setting in here. I'm not afraid to. I tried water before and it didn't help. So it is just literally from me just getting emotional. It's nothing. It's nothing else. It's nothing more. It's nothing less. That looks closer. Nope. Nope. That's not it. I know it's in here somewhere. Why can't I find it? What is screen? Why do I have so many of these? What is this? Oh, that is so weird. Okay, so that's not what I was looking for. There is a skin thing. I don't know how I feel about that. There's a spot thing. Look. Polka dot, 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 polka dot. I should stop. I think I just killed my machine. Woo! My machine went stop, Katie. I have a sunflower brush I really like. I have a vein brush, which is really weird, and I don't particularly like it, but what is? Well, I can't seem to find it, and I don't know why. You know what? It might be in my form section. I know I had one, and it's just maybe it's this one. No, that's not it. That's actually a good brush though. If you get a brush, that's a brush that you should get. Blots. Nope. I know it's in here, and I'm just losing. I might be just losing my mind. Maybe it's this one. Nope. It might be grunge. Let's look at grunge. No. I know it was a very specific polka dot brush.
Jerry, and you just walked in the room.
Jerry.
Get back,
Jerry.
What? Okay. Alicia just don't see me last week. Hello, little live stream peoples.
I asked you. Okay.
This is my brother Jerry.
I'm the funny one.
Jerry?
Bye.
Jerry. Jerry.
All right, so I guess I'm just gonna draw these freckles on because I cannot find my freckle brush, and I don't know what happened to it. And she doesn't have that many, and it was like a very hard brush to make. So I'm just gonna have to do it. I'm gonna do it very faint, like this, and I'm actually gonna make him faded. Yeah, that's my brother Jerry. He's a little bit crazy, just like me. He loves How to Train Your Dragon and everything. When I showed Rosie, my sister, the How to Train Your Dragon trailer, she lost her mind. So that was nice. Okay, so wee, look at this. Oh, it looks so pretty. She looks so cute. Okay, so we need to add that to that layer. We need to add that to that layer. And now we're actually going to put these into a folder layer. And I learned this trick a little while ago and I love it. Now they're in a folder layer, right? And we're going to add another layer. Not in that one, but you know what? Forget it. We're going to move it out. And we're going to put it on top of this. And the reason I do that is sometimes I need to edit the lines. So I like the shading layer to be on top so I can still edit the lines. I don't like to merge them. But I do like the shade over the lines instead of under the lines for some parts. So we're going to take out my airbrush. Here's my airbrush. And we're going to choose a very pale color. And I think I'm going to choose a cool color because I'm going to want the light to be warm. And that's how I pick. I choose cool color for warmer things. So you can see this is where I'm doing it. And it looks pretty terrible, right? And I think I went through this like very loosely, I think is the word I'm looking for in my old things. We're just going to do this. And look how terrible that is. Oh, it looks horrible. I find this kind of fun. Like, it looks so terrible. It's actually kind of fun. That's where the shading is. And what we're going to do is we're going to turn it to multiply. And then we're going to make it a clipping layer. So now we've got this really faint shading all around the edges. And it's like a faint blue. And I love it. Now, before we go on, I have to tell you, like, I don't like this part here. And there's a reason. And I'm going to show you in a little bit. We're going to add another layer. And it's going to make it another clipping layer. And this one's going to be called Shade and Shine. And this is one of my favorite layers. Like, I am obsessed with this layer format. And we're going to choose I think we choose a gold. And we're just going to add that in. That's too much. I'm going to add that very faintly in. Boop, boop, boop. We need a little bit paler, so we're going to add that a little bit paler. So there we go. We're going to add that here. And we're going to add that. Yeah, I think that's about it. I like it when light shines in between the characters. I like that. I'm going to make it a little bit paler. We're going to add another one, and we're going to call it the same thing. It's a Shade and Shine, and it's also going to be a clipping layer. And we're going to do that again, but this time a little bit paler. No, 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 no. Clipping. And this really makes it look like there's some light shining behind them, and it's a very dramatic lighting. I really like those dramatic lighting, so we're going to add that there. Underneath it, we're going to add the darker gold here. It adds like a dramatic lighting to it. And we're going to add some more shading around the edges. So we're going to add another layer here, and we're going to put it on multiply. And we're going to choose that purple again. Look at the color right there, how they oppose each other. So keep that in mind. And this time we're going to use a hard. And I'm going to turn this off of. I don't know why it's like that. But we're going to choose a harder pen. I'm going to bring it up a little bit. So here it is, it's up a little bit. And we're going to put it on a stabilizer so we have more precision when we're shading. And I'm going to shade right here in this color. And this can help us add more texture and add more depth. Because along with soft shading, there's also a bit of hard shading and everything. These are the hard shading. You can see that very faintly right here. And I think I actually want it a little bit darker. So what we're going to do is we're going to lock this transparency on this layer. And we're going to make it just a little bit darker. Just a little bit. Just slightly. And then we're just going to drop it like that. So now it's a little bit darker. And I like that better, especially on the black. I think it makes it more dramatic. Let's go back to the pencil. And we're going to keep going with this color now. We want to shade underneath his neck. Because there's really almost no light reaching his neck. So remember where the light source is. You see how the light source is here? So we'll add shading here. And there's other light sources, so you don't have to be too strict with this. But always try to keep in mind where the light sources are. I mean, whether there's more light or less light. And like I said, there's not that much light here. It's just a very dramatic light. We want that dramatic light for the sweet scene. We want that warmth, and we want it to feel like they're just like glowing. So, and this is the kind of lighting I like to do. I think it really helps. So I try to do this a lot. She's definitely gonna have darker right underneath here because that's her hair flip, and we want to emphasize that that's part of who she is. We're gonna add some more shading here. We're gonna actually make this brush a little bit smaller for her hair. We want to accentuate some of those hair strands. And we're going to add some more here. And we're going to shade underneath her neck because you can hardly see what's underneath her neck. And so, as far as shading goes, shading and lighting, I learned from a Jula Jam tutorial, and I don't know if you know who Jula Jam 15 is. She's famous for her race bend Elsa and Frozen, and her gender bend Frozen. Thank you. I'm so glad you like them. I got a lot of really great responses, and I know you guys don't have much time, but when you read my fan fiction, Catherine and the Truth About Jack, just leave a comment. I love to hear what you people think, and share too. If you guys really like it and you think it's good, share it with people. You can share it on Facebook and all that, and I'd really appreciate it because other people are then going to see my work and they'll know that people like it, and it's not just like there. It's for other people to see, and it will help. So we're gonna do some of this. And this is gonna be a little bit darker, I think. And I'm gonna do under his leg right here. And I'm still just shading little detail. And this is how you really accentuate what you want. You give people an idea of where the lighting's coming from and how dark or how pale things are. So this really is great. And sometimes if I have very little lighting, what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you this real quick. I'm going to add another layer. I'm going to drop the color right there, which looks terrible, but trust me. So that way it the entire scene is darkened when I want just a little bit of light. No, you're fine. You're fine. Like I'm not gonna force anybody to. And then I'm gonna erase. I'm gonna go to my eraser. I'm gonna make it harder. And then I'm going to just highlight where I want to highlight for like when I do this. And this creates like a very deep dark shadows all over the entire image. I'm not going to do it for this. 1 second, guys. Come in.
Rosie, you got the recycling.
Okay.
No.
Okay, sorry. I'm just not dressed.
All right.
Come in. Hold me in a towel.
All right. So that's what I do if I really want just like a thin edge of lighting. And sometimes I do that and I think that looks good. Like then I would just like erase only the edges. I'm not going to do that for this because I want more light for this picture. And that's it. That's the only reason. There's no other reason for this. Anyhow, we're gonna keep going. We're shading right here. I don't know if you guys can hear me. My mic's been a little weird lately, so if you guys can't hear me, tell me. I'll know. Taking my time. This is gonna be completely shaded right here because it's like there is like no light hitting it. So it's gonna be very dark. I'm gonna make this brush bigger so I can shade it easier. And now we're shading it completely. And yeah, shade the bottom of the finger because like there's no light. Just think of where the light is going to go and then shade there where the light won't reach. Okay, thank you. Just making sure. My mic has been a little bit weird too. I'm having so many technological issues and other issues. I hope I don't have work Sunday. I know I have work tomorrow, so that's a given. But I have it at 3. So I'd really like to spend more time working on these books that I have, my original stories, not just like my fan fictions. And I don't know how many of you know this, but I have been shipping something for a while. I know one person in our group knows about this, and it's like a weird ship. It's like the one ship that I'm kind of ashamed about, because it is just so dumb. But I've been talking to my friend, and I told her first, so she knows all about it. And she was kind of ticked I didn't tell her. But it's okay. We're okay now. Control Z is your best friend when it comes to drawing. Oh, like a line. Like a line. Control Z. Like a line. Control Z. Oh, look at my sweet, precious children. They're not mine. They're actually Gabby's, but I'm having so much fun. And his hand is almost completely like there's no light hitting his hand. There's like no light hitting his hand. He's actually shading most of his arm and everything else. Like if it wasn't for the light right there, there would be no light at all hitting his hand. So keep that in mind when you're looking at my drawing. This is no, I can't say this is my best picture, but I think I'm pretty proud of it. Like I'm not upset about it. I like it. I think I did pretty good on this. Especially seeing as like I didn't know what to do when I first started. I was like, okay, so let's sit down and I'm gonna draw a Hiccup for my friend. I have no clue what I'm doing. And like I haven't drawn Hiccup that much, so I was really nervous about drawing Hiccup for y'all, but this turned out much better than I thought. Did you see shout out to Nose Nippin on Tumblr. Did you see what he did when I posted my thing about Catherine and the kind of art she likes and dislikes? Oh my gosh. Part of me wanted to kill him because I was trying to get to sleep. The other part of me was like, you know what? This is great. He's genius. Shout out to that wacko. He made me laugh. I like to laugh. All right. I think we're almost done. But we know what we need. We need something good for a background. So we're going to crop this image. This image isn't perfect, but we're going to crop it. And we're going to put a background on it. We're going to add a layer here. No, we're not. We're going to add a layer here. We're taking off a clip end. Stop it. All right. Now I'm going to put brown earth. He's going to be on the ground. So we're going to put brown earth underneath him. My throat is terrible. We're going to make this brush much bigger. I'm taking it off the stabilizer. But that stabilizer is annoying me. Make this brush much bigger. It's still not big enough. There we go. That's better. And we're going to make some earth. Look at that. Now we got some dirt underneath him. And it's going to be very rough. And I'm going to actually use one of my paintbrushes to like smudge it because I kind of don't like it. But if I smudge it with my paintbrush, it'll be better. And I'm going to change its color because I kind of don't like that either. Color matches too much of his outfit. Did I actually sample it from his outfit? I'd like to say that is not my wisest decision. We're going to darken it, make it a little bit more gray. And boom. There we go. That's better. And we're going to add some shading underneath him. And so I'm going to darken this even more. And then I'm going to add, I'm going to go back to the brush I was using. Where was it? Where are you? There we are. I'm going to put some darker. And then I'm going to smudge it again with the paintbrush. Because I kind of don't like it, but the brush is not perfect. That's fine. I like that. That's nice. Now we're going to add another layer right underneath. And we're going to add... I'm trying to think. I think we're just going to do a very faint, soft, almost transparent, watery background. Let's see how I like this. No, I don't really like that one. How about this one? No, I don't really like that one. How about this one? No. Look how picky I am. I'm such a picky person. I think I'm gonna go with I think I'm gonna go with my cloud brush maybe. Yeah, I like the cloud brush. So we're gonna go with the cloud brush. I think I'm gonna choose a very faint blue. I gotta figure out what kind of shade I want though. I think I'm gonna go with this kind of shade. I'm gonna do it very faint. I'm gonna make the brush very big. I'm gonna go like this. It's gonna be very faint, almost invisible. And it's gonna be behind them like this. I'm just gonna brush it, and I'm actually gonna add because it's a smudge kind of paintbrush, I can actually I can smudge it enough that it's hardly noticeable. It's gonna be almost perfectly transparent. All right, now I'm gonna merge these together, and then I'm gonna go up onto the top layer, right here. Is the flower crowns not on the same? The flower crowns are not on the same level as they are. So we're gonna. What did I just do? Cancel. We want the flower crowns at the same level as them, so that they're shaded too. So I added this layer here, and I'm going to take this pencil brush, and I'm going to do a green. I think I'm going to do the same green as the daisies here. And I'm going to shrink this brush because it's huge. And not the cloud brush. I need my pencil brush. I'm going to shrink this brush because it's huge. And I'm going to add little spurts of grass. And like this. I could do the cheap version, but I don't feel like it. I'm actually going to do it like I'm supposed to. Okay, so I just grew quiet. Like I said, I'm really tired and my head kind of hurts and I don't feel very well. I really should get help. And so here we are. We got the grass, and it's like subtle. I don't want it to be too much because the focus isn't on the grass. The focus is on the characters, and I tend to overwork things, and we don't want that. So there they are. We have gotten our sweet little Jack. What is wrong with me? Hiccup picture. I'm going to sign my name, which I need to magnify in order to do. I need to go to my marker. I'm going to move over, and I'm going to rotate this. Single. And I always write at the side of my characters. I don't know about anybody else, but that's how I like to do it. And I try to pick a color that's in the image. And I'm adding my signature, and it's officially done. I'm going to actually write a little note on here because she couldn't be here for this, unfortunately. But Margaret Hellstone, who is on Tumblr, and I'm probably going to add a link to her Tumblr page because I love her and she deserves to have a shout out. She deserves followers. She really does. So I'm gonna do a shout out to her, and this was finished June 8th, 2018, and I want that to be remembered. I want to straighten this up. All right, and I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna write on the other side. I'll turn it again. I'm writing on her arm. I need to magnify this because I cannot see what I'm writing. I think I'm spelling friend wrong. Someone roast me in the comments. Let me write down friend. Let's see how I did. Oh, I spelled it right. There we go. There we go. It is done. We finished. It looks great. Oh, wait. I forgot something. I actually forgot something. I'm idiot. Let's go here. Let's fix that. I'm going to fix that right now. Oh, it's not working. I needed to add this and I completely forgot. Like I actually forgot to add his like how do you forget that? There we go. There are my babies. There are the sweet little children that I have decided to raise with a marker and a few bits of ink. Well, not really, just a pencil, but it's the thought that counts. I'm gonna make his skin a little bit red too. I'm gonna add a little bit of a blush to him. I feel like he needs it. Not that much. Come on. Not undoing. There we go. Now he has more color to his cheek. He actually looks like a person. But here we go. Here is the finished picture. I do not want to do anymore because I will probably overwork this. Here we are. We got Hiccup. We got Rapunzel. I'm sorry. I'm used to some weird Jack Gunzel fan online who really doesn't want to leave me alone because I'm not drawing Jack Gunzel. It's fine. They can like what they like. Anyhow, so it is finished. I'm going to export this. I'm going to export it as a PNG. I want to export it as a PNG. What are you doing? What is that? That is annoying. I'm going to call it Hiccup Official. And I'm going to share it on Tumblr for y'all. So thank you for coming to the live stream. I think we finished this and it looks great and I'm so proud of it. And I'm very happy that you guys could join me and you weren't completely bored for those few people who actually came. I had 2 viewers. To thank you for my 2 viewers that came to this because I know this was very last minute, but I wanted to get this done for Margaret Hellstone, which I will leave a link to her Tumblr and her YouTube channel because I forgot to talk about her videos. You know what? Just go check her out. Trust me when I say her videos are great. I'm gonna leave a link down in the description. And yeah, thank you so much for coming. And I hope I get to do this again. I don't know when. I'm hoping to keep doing this once a week, but things are going crazy and life gets in the way. So you guys know the spiel. Anyhow, thank you and goodbye.